Hi guys, that's me here and I'm back with another summer transfers episode. I want to get these out daily, but sometimes it's just not possible. I did have it done yesterday, but I accidentally tried to upload it to my main channel, and then I had to delete it. This is of course on talkfootball.com, so I'm going to try and make it quick because I can't do over 15 minutes, which I can do on my main channel, so it's kind of different and a lot easier to make them on my main channel. But I want to put them on Talk Football. Normally they won't be too long, but this one will be. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Right, so I'm sure you figured out now. I'm doing Chelsea. I'm not sure that I said that at the start. So yeah, I'm just going to get into it. Chelsea, a lot of the players are in there for obvious reasons, so I'm not going to spend too long on it. So obviously Cech's going to be there next season. No one really wants to buy him. He's their best keeper, even with Courtois coming back from loan. I still think Cech's better, so that's just obvious. And it's just the same thing for Ashley Cole. He's just the best. So I don't really want to go too far into those guys. As Piliqueta, however, I think he's got a good future. So I personally keep him as the main right back. I think he's a really good player. Well, he will be a really good player. At the moment, he's a good player, I would say. I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think he's like one of the best in the league. Well, he is one of the best, but he's not like one of the top. He's probably 5th best right back in the league, off the top of my head. So yeah, he's a decent player, and he will be a really good player in the future, I hope. Cause he's got a bright future. He started well anyway. I'm not going to say any more on him. I think they should keep him as right back. So yeah, Ivanovic. A lot of people would say put Ivanovic as right back because he is a brilliant right back. But I actually prefer him in centre back, and with David Luiz, Gary Cahill, and John Terry, they're not on the best of form this season. And John Terry next season probably a bit too old really to be a starting centre back. So Ivanovic really needs to be playing centre back from now on, I think, with the occasional right back appearance. If you want to, what's the word, rest as Piliqueta and then bring in someone like Terry or Cahill or whatever. Chiellini, now the next centre back, I think they should bring him in. He should cost around 20 million. He is 28, 29, and I believe he's played his whole career in Italy. I think it's all been with Juventus, maybe out on loan somewhere. He might have started somewhere else, but most of his, big football has been at Juventus, or all of it has been at Juventus. So yeah, he's a very, very good player. Chiellini, fantastic on FIFA. I love him on FIFA. But yeah, I think he'd fit into Chelsea quite well. Him and Ivanovic would be a brilliant defensive partnership, and it may be what they need to get the league, along with the new striker. So yeah, I'm not going to say too much more. Now we're going to move on to David Luiz. I personally think he's best in that CDM role. As you can see, I've put him in there. I haven't included Ramirez in this squad. I probably would put Ramirez in somewhere. I don't know whether I play him on the wing, in Lampard's role, or in Luiz or Essien's role, as you can see on there. But I didn't really want to talk about Ramirez too much, so that's why I put David Luiz in there. I think he's better in the CDM role than anywhere else. So that's basically why I put him there. I don't think he's going to leave to anyone. There's a rumour of him going to Barcelona, but I don't think they're going to go for him in the end. But yeah, I don't really think he's Barcelona's type of player. But yeah, he's a good player, and I have him in there, CDM role. Alongside Essien, who will be returning from loan at Real Madrid. Now, if they do bring back Jose Mourinho, Michael Essien could be, back to his top form, because he's been playing pretty good in Spain this season. Every time I've seen him, he's been playing well. I think I've seen him play 7 or 8 times, I think. A couple of times at right back in the Champions League. So yeah, I watch Real Madrid every now and then. He's played pretty well from what I've seen. The word is he's playing pretty well. So if Mourinho does return, Messi, and I think it will be a good player to have there, along with either Ramirez, Mikel, whoever they want to play there. Lampard, I think they desperately need to keep him. He's probably been their best player besides Juan Mata and Ivanovic this season. Probably a little bit better than Ivanovic, actually. He scored so many goals. I believe he's got 20 again, not in the Premier League, but in all competitions. I think he's got 20. So I think they have to keep him. He wants a 3-year contract. I personally would give him that. Even if he's not great come the end of it, you could just always offer him a player coach wrong, get him on the coaching team. And even if he's just a player, he's going to be helping out the younger players anyway. So yeah, it's just a no-brainer for me. Juan Mata and Hazard are obviously obvious ones. I don't think they're going to move anywhere, so I'm not really going to say too much about them. They're obviously going to stay in the first team. I don't think Chelsea can attract names that are better than them. really. I don't think they'll bother with it anyway. So yeah, I don't think they'll really do much about that. Now, I think they only need to make 2 signings, and the other one is Falcao. There are rumours that they could go for Cavani or someone else, but I think Falcao is the man they need to go for. 45 million, he's been rumoured they could get him for, because his minimum fee release clause is 55 million, but Atletico are worried that Real Madrid may try and trigger that minimum fee release clause, so apparently they're willing to take a £10 million cut to let him go to a team outside of Spain. So Chelsea could really benefit from this. It is heavily rumoured that he will be leaving Falcao, and with good reason too. You know, he's just Atletico Madrid. They don't have the money to really compete with Barcelona and Real Madrid for the title. I mean, they're competing with them now. You know, I believe they're still second, but that's mainly because of Falcao. And if he wants to leave, then fair enough. I don't think they're gonna get the players. But I think Chelsea, you know, Falcao fit him really well. He holds up the ball well and he scores goals from anywhere. So yeah, great one. But now I'm going to move on to players returning from loan, who they should keep, and also players who I think have to go. So yeah. So I'm going to start off with players who need to leave. First of all, the first two I'm going to talk about are Benayoun and Malouda. I'm going to talk about them together. They're both too old, really. Well, not too old, but they're a bit old. Not at their best, and really are just taking up spaces on the wage bill. With players like De Bruyne, whatever you want to call him, returning, who's young, you know, and hopefully he'll stay. I really like to see him in the Premier League next season. But yeah, I think they just need to go. I'd let them both go for free transfers, to be honest, because I don't think you're really going to get much money. Obviously, if you can, get $1 million or 2, but Chelsea don't really need it. So yeah, and they could even try and, you know, they've been loaning Benayoun out recently. He's out on loan at West Ham at the moment, but he can't even break into their first team. And it's the same thing with Arsenal and Shamak. You know, I would let him go, really. And Malouda, as much as I love him, again, just doesn't really get in the first team. Bit of a waste on the wage. Torres, I believe they should let him go either out on loan and see if he can recapture that spark at a slightly smaller club, possibly Liverpool. Put him back on loan there. Don't know how they feel about that. Or get somewhere between 5 to 20 million, because I believe they can get something like that for Torres. Or involve him in the Falcao deal. Maybe offer 40 odd million and Torres or whatever. That's what I personally would do. The last option, offer him away in a deal. And yeah, basically that's the players who I think need to leave. I don't think they need to sell anyone else, really, unless I'm forgetting someone else pretty old apart from Terry and Lampard. I think they should keep everyone else, really. They've got a pretty deep squad anyway, with players returning from loan. A lot of quality running through it. So I think if they make the signings I've suggested and keep these players below who are away on loans, but I think need to stay this season: Lukaku, Courtois, De Bruyne. And if they get rid of Benayoun, Torres, Malouda, and also bring in Falcao and Chiellini, I think they can easily get the title next season, easily. So yeah, players rumoured to stay basically are De Bruyne, players rumoured away who need to stay, who are out on loan. De Bruyne, Courtois and Lukaku. Lukaku's linked because he doesn't really like being at Chelsea. Although if you get a new manager and you say, right, I promise to play you, then yeah, fair enough. De Bruyne, again, you know, I don't think he's really been rumoured away, but he's returning from a loan. There's a chance that he might go out on loan again next season. But I kind of want to see him in the Premier League next season, because he does have an informal FIFA Ultimate Team, which I guess means he's doing pretty well in the Bundesliga. And Courtois, I really want to see him loaned out to a team like Wigan. I think that'd be absolutely insane, because they're always loaning keepers out, aren't they? No, I think he needs to stay as backup for Czech, and also to get him more acquainted with the Chelsea team, really. But yeah, that's about as far as I'm going to go with this episode. I don't want to make it too long, so thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you did enjoy it, and of course, as ever, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.